When we're measuring the GDP, there are obviously certain problems that are inherent in measuring GDP. There are certain things which it does not take into account, which is part of our economy in certain ways. For example, the problems in GDP. Number one, it is not easy to measure GDP, especially in country like Nigeria or Africa, sorry, African Nigeria हो गया, Zimbabwe हो गया, Pakistan हो गया. It's not easy to record because we don't have such controls. The government does not have such controls that everyone is in the tax bracket and everyone is giving the records to the government. There are economic activities which are not included. uh, and people are always trying to hide because they don't want to pay taxes. Those किस्म की चीज़ें are missing. It's number one, it is not easy to measure. There can be errors in it. Number two, there are illegal illegal activities. There are plenty of illegal activities. Obviously illegal क्यों होती हैं? Because the government has said they're illegal. For some countries it could be gambling, for some countries it could be drugs, for some countries it could be prostitution. So the thing is, money is being spent on it, but क्योंकि ये illegal है, the government will never include this in the GDP. So I'm saying there are illegal activities that are not included in GDP, और इसकी वजह से GDP का फिगर कम आएगा. In country like US, a lot of states are legalizing marijuana. राइट जो पहले तो ड्रग्स होती थी, इलीगल होती थी. अब जब से उसको लीगलाइज किया है, इट हैज़ बिकम पार्ट ऑफ योर जीडीपी एंड योर जीडीपी गोज अप एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट. इट्स नॉट दैट इट वाज नॉट देयर बिफोर, इट वाज जस्ट दैट इट वाज नेवर रिकॉर्डेड बिफोर. नंबर थ्री, there are a lot of unreported activities in your economy. They are legal, but they are not recorded. Why? For example, example could be like these street hawkers selling goods and services, but they're so small they don't even file taxes. Government does not even know that certain transactions have been made. A lot of restaurants are unreported. A lot of grocery stores are not recording and reporting. So there are unrecorded activities which are not inclusive in GDP. So naturally your GDP figures are lower as a result of that. Other problems, जीडीपी का फिगर्स जो होते हैं does not take into account externalities such as pollution, so obviously for living standard point of view, a country which is highly polluted, the living standards will be low. तो एक country है which is producing lots and lots of goods and services and at the same time creating a lot of pollution also. From living standard point of view, that country is not going to be so high up on the list. But from GDP point of view, it can be. Right? तो हमारा जो ये GDP का figure है, it does not take any of this kind of externalities into account. which should be. So that's also missing.